What's up, everyone? Welcome to week 10 of my NFL predictions. Last week I went 11-3, putting my current record at 94-40-1. And the teams on the bye week are the Chiefs, the Cowboys, the Bengals, and the Titans. And with that out of the way, we'll get to tonight's game between the Raiders and the Broncos. AFC West matchup, I have the Broncos winning 27-17. Raiders lost a close one in overtime to the Jags last week, and the Broncos won a close one in an uglier game than I would have liked, but a win's a win. And this is simple. The Broncos are at home. They're playing against the Raiders. This should be an easy win, so I think they're going to win. All right, for our international game, we have the Falcons and the Colts. I have the Colts winning 31-24. Falcons lost a 1-point game to the Patriots last week, and the Colts, they lost a game where they had 6 turnovers. You're not going to win many games with 6 turnovers. And the good news for the Colts is they got Sauce Gardner from the Jets, and I don't think they're going to turn the ball over 6 times against the Falcons, and I think as long as they don't do that, they should be in fine shape to win this game. All right, next up, we have the Saints taking on the Panthers in an NFC South matchup. I have the Panthers winning 20-17. The Saints got crushed by the Rams in Tyler Shuck's first start, and the Panthers were able to absolutely shock the NFL world by beating the Packers. And this honestly could be a trap game because it's a division game, and the Panthers are kind of rolling right now, but I'm still going to pick the Panthers. I think Bryce Young's playing a lot better this year than he ever has, so I'm going with the Panthers. All right, next up we have the Giants taking on the Bears. I have the Bears winning 23-20. The Giants, they lost a game to the 49ers where they really just couldn't keep up with them. And the Bears, oh man, they were in quite a shootout last week, and they were able to squeak one out against the Bengals. And honestly, this could be a really good game, but the thing about the Giants is they're just super injured right now with Cam Scatavo out for the season and Malik Neighbors out for the season. So it's kind of Jackson Dart versus, everyone on the Bears. And because of that, I'm going to have to go with the Bears just because they have more firepower on their offense. So yeah, Bears win. All right, next up we have the Jags taking on the Texans. I have the Texans winning 17-10. The Jags were in a close game with the Raiders, but came out on top in overtime, and the Texans lost an ugly game to the Broncos. And CJ Stroud is actually not going to be playing in this game, but the reason I'm picking the Texans, their defense is genuinely unbelievable. I mean, they were able to shut down the Broncos, who have had some pretty decent offense these past few weeks. And I think that says a lot about them. And I think they're going to make Trevor Lawrence very uncomfortable. And yeah, I think the Texans are going to win this. All right, next up we have the Bills taking on the Dolphins. I have the Bills winning 34-20. The Bills were able to beat the Chiefs like they always do in the regular season. And the Dolphins, they got absolutely smoked on Thursday Night Football against the Ravens. And I will say this could be another trap game, but at the same time, I really don't trust the Dolphins to really do anything good right now. And the Bills just beat the Chiefs, and they're really good teams, so I'm going with the Bills. All right, next up we have the Ravens taking on the Vikings. I have the Ravens winning 38-31. The Ravens crushed the Dolphins on Thursday Night Football last week, and the Vikings were able to upset the Lions last week, so good for them. And honestly, this game could go either way. I think it's going to be very high scoring because the Ravens' offense is really good and their defense is really bad, so that's a recipe for a high scoring game. But I trust Lamar Jackson more than I trust J.J. McCarthy, so I'm going with the Ravens. All right, next up we have the Browns taking on the Jets. I have the Browns winning this one 19-10. And the Browns were on a bye week last week, and apparently, the Jets are also on a bye week. So both teams are coming into this game fresh. And the Jets, they just traded Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams to the Colts and the Cowboys. So they don't really look like they're going to be trying really hard the rest of the season. So for that reason, I'm going to go with the Browns, who still have a really damn good defense. All right, next up we got the Tom Brady Bowl between the Pats and Bucks. I have the Bucks winning this one by a point, 31-30. The Patriots won by a point against the Falcons last week, and the Bucks were on a bye week last week. And the reason I'm picking the Bucks is just because they were on a bye week last week. They're at home, so I think they're going to be more prepared for this game. And I do think it's going to be a really good game, but I'm just going to go with the Bucks just because they're going to be more prepared for it because of the bye week and being at home. All right, kicking off the 4 o'clock slate, we have the Cardinals taking on the Seahawks. I have the Seahawks winning 26-20. The Cardinals, they actually beat the Cowboys, and they were in a game that wasn't one score, so good for them. The Seahawks absolutely dominated the Commanders. And it's an NFC West matchup, and the Cardinals seem to always make every game super close, so I'm definitely picking the Seahawks because they're a way better team, but I do expect it to be a lot closer than people might expect. And speaking of NFC West, we'll go to Rams and 49ers. I have the Rams winning this one 20-17. The Rams absolutely dominated the Saints last week, as we all expected, and the 49ers were able to beat the Giants in a game of they can't keep up with you. And honestly, I could see the 49ers winning this game just because the 49ers seem to always have a thing with the Rams. But I'm going to go with the Rams just because I do think they are a better team. So yeah, I'm saying the Rams win with their high-powered offense. All right, next up we have the Lions taking on the Commanders. I have the Lions winning this one 44-17. The Seahawks absolutely killed the Commanders last week. And yeah, they lost Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin too, so it's not looking good for the Commanders. And honestly, before the season, I was really looking forward to this matchup. It's a rematch of the NFC Divisional round last year. The Lions are definitely wanting some revenge for losing that game. But I definitely think they're going to get it because the Lions, they're healthier, and I think they would have won regardless if Jaden Daniels and Terry were playing. But yeah, I think the Lions are going to win just because the Commanders are in a bit of a rough spot right now, and the Lions are looking to rebound. All right, heading to Sunday Night Football, we have the Steelers taking on the Chargers. I have the Chargers winning 30-28. The Steelers beat the Colts last week, thanks to the curse rule probably. And the Chargers beat the Titans last week with, ironically, the same score as the Steelers. And honestly, this game could go either way, but I'm leaning towards the Chargers just because they're at home, and I think they've been playing a little bit more consistently. And I think that, and also the curse rule decided to curse the Steelers this week, so we'll see if the Steelers can overcome that obstacle too, but it ain't looking good for them, in my opinion, so I'm going with the Chargers. And ending the week with Monday Night Football, we have the Eagles taking on the Packers. I have the Eagles winning 24-20, and the Eagles had a bye week last week, and the Packers, they lost to the Panthers shockingly. And I think this is going to be a really good Monday Night Football game, but I'm going to have to go with the Eagles here just because they've been playing more consistently. The Packers always go on these random spurts this year where they kind of just won't play up to competition, or they'll play down to competition rather. And also, I personally think the Eagles are a better team anyway, so I'm going with the Eagles to win this game. And there you have it. I got my Week 10 predictions up on the screen right there. And this video is going to be in the books. Going to go ahead and post it, get it so you guys can watch it on time. And we'll see how this week shapes out. It's been a crazy ride for this NFL season. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if we can learn some more about the teams, or if we'll just kind of if we'll keep going in this endless limbo of not knowing who's good or not, because that's kind of what's going on here. But anyways, that's all I got, and if you're still watching, I appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace out.